The Buddhist way of life, moderation and seclusion, monasticism and meditation, a retreat into nothingness rather than an advancement towards it, is where Buddha got it wrong. A monastical way of life is not the answer. The emphasis on empathy and love negates core human nature, which one can easily observe to be rather self-serving and on numerous occasions little more than narcissistic. Buddha was slightly wrong because humanity is evil. And humanity is evil not because of personality types, but simply because our minds are closed to each other. We cannot seamlessly and with high fidelity share what we are thinking with each other, and our pain is wholly contained within us. Nobody can understand it. We perceive selfishness as evil, yet our circumstances force us to be selfish. Our pain is only our own, and nobody takes it from us. Yet, to resolve it, we must take from others. And in all this, the world around us leaves no chance to remind us that suffering is worthless. For you will suffer for your people, and they wouldn't care. And even if they did, does it revive you or relieve you? It does not. They will talk highly of sacrifice only when it is someone else doing it for them and their cause. The evidence from the living world is that to win is everything. Yet, great conquerors die of horrible illnesses. All flesh, once beautiful, must decay. All things so powerful, so beautiful, so popular, so pleasurable, so scandalous, so glamorous, so divine and handsome, so brave and gallant, will become weak, ugly, obscure, repulsive, mundane, simple, and cowardly. This dichotomy of life, of power being all powerful, and the little games of life really being very important, and the fact that all of this will eventually decay, is the most horrifying manner in which life can be introduced to the living. This duality, perhaps, gave rise to Buddha's strategy of quitting the game. And this is not a unique strategy. The games of life hurt and disappoint all those who live with genuinity, and all of humanity seeks solace in such a life philosophy where one is told to not play this treacherous game or to play it in moderation, always mindful of one's eventual exit. To deny the body as mere flesh and to not partake in any pleasure. To think of happiness as fleeting and death as eternal. Death, however, is not eternal. Existence is eternal. For what does not exist, what cannot be referred to, what is by definition nothing, cannot exist in eternity. Death is irreferenceable, one's own death at least. What comes after death does not exist and cannot be talked about. Buddha was slightly wrong because although he got most of his views on the treacherous game of life correct, what he got wrong was his strategy. To play this game well is not to deny the game completely or to quit it silently. The trick is to do everything and be everywhere. One's name and being must be associated with everything. A man is little more than a complex biomolecule, a large space station with several points to dock and lock, where hundreds of things can join it and become part of it, making a larger structure. This formation, becoming a larger and larger crystal, from a single particle of dust. Newer and stranger things attaching themselves to this structure bit by bit will eventually be expansive enough to encompass all of what is called creation. That is the true way for humanity to become one with everything, to become everything, to do and be everything. One must talk, write, opine, and act in all directions. One must speak in multiple languages, eat many things, record one's presence in all coordinates in space and time, talk about all that can be talked about, be everything, from the lowest insect to the highest beast, and one's pursuits of this everythingness will make one eternal. One will be a part of all of it by being all of it.